was the wrong message. So that's when we really started calling each other brother, king, brother. We didn't get to the God point yet, but we were calling each other's kings. We were calling each other brothers. It didn't matter how upset we were with each other. Even if we wanted to beat each other to death, I'm gonna beat that brother to death. I'm gonna get that brother. It was always brother. And that's in the 70s. 70s on through. And being that the way that I learned it, and the way that it finally opened my eyes as a young man turning into a man, I realized that we have been causing a lot of damage among ourselves when we do this. And now we have social media. And social media is seen all over the world. It's not just here in America. When we post things, people see. It goes out to Africa. It goes to the UK. It goes to China, Japan, South Korea, North Korea. It goes everywhere. And it's there forever. And when we put these images out of us battling each other, killing each other in gangs, fighting in the street, beating each other, and the women are the queens are ripping each other's clothes off, and all you see as far as spectators is cell phones scrambling for a good shot and laughing like it's just so funny. And this is the image that the world sees of us. Sometimes if you think really hard about it, it'll bring a tear to your eye. If you really care about your people, that's sad. It'll make you cry. It'll make me cry. If I sit here too long thinking that deep about the way we're operating and conducting, not all of us though. When I say us, understand that I'm not talking about every single one of us. I'm talking about the people who don't understand or don't operate any better. And it's up to us to try to educate them. It's up to us. It's up to you and me. You and me. To do our part. And go against the grain. Because the grain, to go with the grain, is to have a conversation with your friends and call them the N-word. That's what everybody's doing. When you hear brothers talking on social media, especially the so-called successful rappers, they refer to their people, their brothers, as a nigga. Nigga, trying to respell the word, but same thing. Right? Trying to give it two different meanings now. Man, it's no different than when we did it. So now we have a responsibility. Each and every one of us, me and you, we have a responsibility to go back to respecting each other, because we lost the respect along the way. I talk about this often. I'm not going to stop talking about it. I'm not going to stop talking about us being respectful to each other, looking at each other as brothers, as kings and queens and sisters. We have to do this because the direction that we're going, that the younger generation is going right now, and you got so many businesses that are willing to pay you to down your brothers and sisters, to talk bad about them at every shot, every chance, especially if you're a prominent name. They're trying to recruit you to talk negative about your people. They're trying to do everything. When I say they, I'm talking about the racist white people in power. There's no confusion about they. And all the white people who love us and try their absolute best to stand by our side, thank you and we love you. Thank you and we love you. Continue to stand by our side, especially if you know we're doing good. Now, to the ones who just don't care, maybe you don't care now, but it could come a time where you might do a 360-degree turn. You can start off the way you are, not caring, and turn out a very caring individual about our direction. And that's our biggest hope. Our biggest hope is that the negative people will flip and become the extreme positive. Because I used to be very negative as well. And look at me now. So this is why I still hang on to that hope. I hang on to that hope because if I can change, I am absolutely sure that anybody out there can change. We can change from negative to positive. But what it takes is the people who are thinking in a more positive direction continue to push and reach into places that a lot of people who are not willing to listen, that they hear you. Of course, everyone has something to say. Even the young people who don't care, they have something to say. But we have to understand why they feel the way that they feel. Not that we totally don't understand, because we used to be young as well. They're angry, they're upset, they're confused. Angry, upset, and confused, all wrapped in the same package. And they all trying to get out there and find who they are. And then what makes it worse is that you have brothers and sisters on social media guiding them in the wrong direction. Because if you watch them versus what they say, they can say they're all about the people. But then when you watch how they operate and the way they move, it's the total opposite. You're not going to tell me you for the people and you operate against the people, because when you post what you post, the world gets to see the negative, and they put us all in the same bucket because of what one prominent or two prominent black people may be doing that is bad. And all of us get labeled the same. So when we travel around the world trying to see the world and do all the great things, not staying in one spot, opening your eyes to it's more of this world to see other than United States, and they all looking at us sideways. They always got that cut eye looking at us like, oh, one of them. And we have to, as individuals, do our part. So when we go somewhere, we have to show that all of us are not the same. We have bad apples as well, just like you, just like the white man, just like the Chinese man and the Indians and everybody else, every other race out here have bad apples. You can't judge them all because of the actions of a few. And we have to constantly remind them, because they're being bombarded with what the racist white media says about us, and the ignorant black people are posting that goes around the world that everybody sees. Now we got to fight that front. We got to fight that battle. But we have to keep our feet planted. Planted. Nothing should be able to sway us when we go on this crusade to change and bring us from the N-word to kings and queens again. Sound like a pipe dream? Do you believe we can do that? I don't have any doubt. And let's say we never do it. Let's say we never get us all collected together and work together as a unit. Let's say that never happens. And let's say we grow old and we're on our deathbed at the end. And if you're a God believer, you'll know that God is going to look at you and say, you know what, Daryl? You tried. I'm proud of you for trying and never giving up. God will say the same thing with you if you continue to push and try. That's how we keep so-called hope alive. Jesse Jackson used to say that all the time, keep hope alive. Right? So I'm going to keep the hope alive within me. And I'm going to display it as I go. The social media platform is a small platform. I am a small influencer. But with my small influencer platform, I plan on speaking and talking real talk. I'm not going to ever give up on us. And I'm asking each and every one of you, don't give up on us, because we need you. To the young people who are confused, don't give up on us. We need you. To all the little kids that may be hearing what I'm saying, if there's any out there, we need you. We need you to be the best that you can be, not the worst. And if you know any good people, cling to those good people. Listen to them. Good, successful black people. Male, female, doesn't matter. So yeah, that's how I learned the word. And it's something that's etched in me that I'll never forget. And I will always tell that story. Always tell that story. And by telling that story, I feel that I am sending a message. And the message that I'm sending is to never, never degrade yourself. Don't never let anybody call you a nigger. Don't look at yourself as a nigger. I don't care what color the man is. It's a taboo thing to say to me. This is not what I answer to. This is not who I am. It's not enduring at all. It's not funny. It's not loving. It's not cute. It's the most ugliest thing because so many people died under that label. Nigger. Whew. Man. We died, hung in trees, shot, chased down with dogs, put in chains. And we have the gall to call each other that and be like, it's cool, it's okay, it's acceptable. It'll never be acceptable to me. Never. I don't care how smart a person is. If that's the word they choose to use, then they're ignorant in my eyes. The damage that they don't realize that they're causing because of it. You then got the nerve to be mad and angry when a white man call you that word. And if you ain't angry when a white man calls you that, then I guess maybe the brainwash has worked, hasn't it? You don't feel some type of way about it. You cool with that. You have become that now because he whipped it into you. The ancestors started it, and now the current ones are still like, we ain't gonna whip you with a whip, but we're gonna whip you with some money. We're gonna give you some money. And then when you don't do what we want you to do, we're going to pull some of that money back and watch you comply then. Because you need that money so bad. gotta have it regardless. It doesn't matter who you hurt in the process of getting it. But don't you look to the white man to hurt anybody on that side. But you can hurt the other people. You can hurt some black and brown folks, and we ain't gonna come after you too hard. Is that how you been whipped? The money whipped you into submission to be this way? There's a couple of names that I could use right now that I know exactly that the Republican Party are doing. They got a whole lot of black recruiters. Pay them a little cash. Cash should get the job done, right? That's the sad part about us. Right? Big rapper making millions. Give him some cash, right? Keep the masses of their minds away from the political realm. They don't need to know and be involved in political. Just keep them dancing and hopping to music and listening to the who killed who in their songs. Keep their mind over there so we can keep devising a plan over here to control all of them. And we just fall victim. We fall victim to it. Like the money got us blind, boy. Money? Huh? Money? 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 Huh? Gotta get that money. Gotta get that money. Yeah, yeah. Get that money. Shoot that mother. Shoot that mother. Shoot that mother. Lord. The women are now bees. They even call themselves that. The brothers are now niggas. You know? They call themselves that. Wow, man. This is sad, bro. This is sad. How can y'all not see it? You can't. Y'all some intelligent people. We smarter than that. We are smarter than that. We smarter. We know. But because of the money, we don't care. Now we don't care because we getting paid. We getting paid, so now we don't care. Or what happened to the rest of them? Long as you getting paid, right? That's it. It's all about you. You don't give a dag nabbit no more. You tell me that ain't sad, man. That's sad, bro. I check myself, man. Always check myself. When I'm around my people, do I cuss? Hey, look. If you catch me you doing some negative stuff to me, you're gonna hear me cussing. Probably. You might. You know? If you just talking to me, I ain't really gotta cuss at you, man. I can use other words. But if we into it, man, yeah, I might use some bad words. Or then again, maybe I won't. You know? But one word ain't coming out my mouth when it comes to another brother. It ain't gonna be the N-word. That brother could be out to kill me. But I'm still not gonna call him the N-word. That brother right there tried to kill me. Even down to my last breath. I'm still looking at that brother. He may be a bad seed. But what he ain't, I'm not gonna call him the N-word. I refuse to call him that. Because it's in me to stand and stay planted. If I'm gonna be about something, then be about it. That's good. If it's a good thing, be about it. If it's a negative thing, hopefully you can change it around, depart from it. That's it. Family, today is King's birthday. King has been alive in me ever since I was a little kid. Since 1968, when they killed him. They killed Martin Luther King, but he's been alive in me ever since. Malcolm X as well. He's been alive in me. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, inside of me. I'm a fighter and I'm a lover. Malcolm X represents the fighter. Martin Luther King represents the lover. They are in me, both of them, forever. So family, let's try to open our eyes about some things. Be more loving and respectful to our brothers and sisters. That's what my crusade is all about. And all the people who love us, if they're white people who love us, we love you back. That's our nature. It doesn't matter who you are. If you show us love, we're going to show you love. If you show us your butt to kiss, then we're going to get savage on you. Some of us, not all of us. But we're going to let you know we're not going to take that crap no more. We are not our ancestors. And because we're not our ancestors, then you get this rebellion fight. You get this. Your ancestors started it. You can't admit that your ancestors was dead wrong to us, then that makes you no better than your ancestors. And we will not respect you if you act like they did. Even if you show us signs of it, you're not going to get any respect from a real black and brown man or female. I don't mean the ones that call themselves the N-word and the one that calls themselves the B's. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about ones like me. I don't even want to stop talking about it right now, but I have to because I drug it on for 45 minutes. I'm going to break it up into part 1 and part 2. This right here is the end of part 2. So family, I love you. All you black women, love you. All you black brothers, love you. My brothers and sisters, kings and queens, I love you. You see how easy that is for me to say? Say it back to me. Tell me you love me. My queens, tell me you love me. And my kings, tell me you love me. Not just that, show me you love me. Support, subscribe, and share. Show me you love me. And I'm going to show you that I love you by every time I get to speak. I'm talking about uplifting brothers and sisters. Good content. Don't just give me lip service. I'm not just giving you lip service. I'm putting action behind what I'm saying. Put some action behind if you love me like I love you. You don't even know me, but I'm telling you I love you. You. I'm talking to you. You. Yes. Okay. Help me push this agenda more. Help me push this more every time I post something. And on that note, this time for real, I'm going to stop. Treat people like you want to be treated, and it'll come back round, because it has for me. One love, family. Love each other more, please. Next time.